Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Please, if this is your first time, please subscribe even as we go into the prompt questions. The students are to answer 10 out of 13 questions in the examination. How many choices have they? If there is no restriction, it means there is no compulsory question. You have to answer any of them. They must answer the first two questions. They have two compulsory questions. They must answer the first or second question, but not both. The two questions are still compulsory, but you can answer any of them, only one of them. They must answer at least 4 of the first 5 questions. It means 5 questions are compulsory and you must answer at least 4 of the first 5 questions. So you can answer 4 questions and then you choose the last 5 questions and above like that. Then question 2 says what? How many 4-digit numbers greater than 2000 can be formed using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 if no digit is repeated? So you have to highlight these parts and make sure that we are aware of it. If no digit is repeated, no digit, please, I hope you can see it. If no digit is repeated, so this part is very important even as we go forward to go and find the solutions for this question. Now let's go straight in. If there are no restrictions, the number of ways of answering 10 out of 13 questions is just 13 combination 10, which is what? 286. Now this is what we are saying, that there are no restrictions, so any questions can be answered out of the 13 questions to get 10 questions. So far as you can get your 10 question answer from the 13, you are free to go. So these are the number of ways you can answer 10 out of 13 questions. That is 13 combination 10. And how do we get this? We do this on our calculator. If you want to watch how it is being done manually and the provings behind the combination implementation, I will send you a link so that you use it. Let me know so that I'll send you a link so that you use it to watch the other videos on these proofs on the combination implementation as well as the manual working as well. So let's continue. And we did this with a calculator. Let me just bring my calculator out so that we can see how to deal with it. Let me try. So here we have 13 combination 10. So you just press 13, 1, 3, then press shift, then the division sign, the combination sign, the shift and the division sign will give you the combination. Then you press 10, 1 and 0, then press the equal to, then you get 286. Yes, I hope you can get it. So that's how we get a 286. Let's continue. If we must answer the first two questions, then we must also select what? 8 out of what? The remaining 11 questions. Now, 2 questions are already compulsory. It means that we have what? 8 questions that we have to select together to make what? 10 questions. And that 8 questions is going to come out from that 11 questions, which is not compulsory. That is what it means. So we first select what? The 2 ways of selecting what the 2 compulsory questions are. These 2 combination 2. It's already there. So we must select the first 2 questions. It's compulsory. So 2 combination 2. We select all of them. Now we have 8 more questions to select out of 11. So we select 8 out of 11 questions. That 11 combination. Now we know how to use the calculator. You just use your calculator. You do your multiplication, and then we got what? 165. So the compulsory 2, then the 8 out of the 11, which is what? Left behind. Continue and solve this one. If he must choose to answer the first question, thereby neglecting the second question, then he must answer 9 more questions out of the remaining 11 questions. Now, I hope you remember this question. Is saying that the 2 are still compulsory, but you have a liberty to choose only one of them. So it's still, the 2 is compulsory, but you can choose either question 1 or question 2. Now we are saying that if you decide to choose the first question 1 and leave and neglect the other question, which is the second question, then we must answer 9 more questions so that we can get our 10 questions out of where? Out of the 11 questions which are not compulsory. So that's it. So we are choosing the 1 question out of 1 combination 1 times the 9 questions out of the 11 questions, which is the combination sign. That's what we are choosing over here. And that gives us 1 times 55, and that gives us 55. Now we know how to use the combination already. Now what about if you decide to choose the second question and not the first one? So this is how we go. If you choose to answer the second question, thereby neglecting the first one, so I decide to choose question 2 and not question 1 now, then he must answer 9 more questions out of the what? The remaining 11 questions. The number of ways to do that is this. It's the same thing. It means that if I answer question 2, it means I'm selecting 1 out of 1 questions, because the compulsory questions they are 2, but I'm liberty to select only 1, so 1 out of 1. Then the 9 questions will be taken from the 11 questions which I have there, which also give me what? 55. Now, this is how it goes. Hence, the number of ways of answering the first or the second question, because of this symbol here, let me highlight it for you. This all over here. That is why you are seeing this addition here. So please take note of that. That is why you are seeing that addition over there. Because of this all here, or the second question, but not both. This is how you are saying it. So either I select the first question which I get 55, or I select the second question which I get 55, I add the 2, and then I'll get what? 110 ways of doing that. That's what it means. Now let's go straight in and look at the last one. The possible combination that I will be using for this question is this. The possible combination for answering at least 4 of the first 5 questions are these. Now, if you have the first 5 questions, they are compulsory now because they are first 5. You have to answer at least 4. At least 4. It means 4 questions and above from the 5 questions. That's what you are supposed to do. And these are the combinations. If I answer the first 4 questions out of the first 5, I'm left with 6 more questions to finish. So this is it. I'm left with 6 more questions to finish. So I'll select that 6 from the remaining 8, because 5 was compulsory. It means 8 questions are lying there, which I'll come and select the 6 questions from. Now, if I selected the whole 5 questions, the first 5, I selected all. It means I'm left with 5 more questions to select from the 8 remaining over there. And those are the combinations we are using. This is very simple. And this is how it goes. So this part, let me just bring my highlighter so that we can now see it very well. I have here this part is now this part, and I hope we can all see it. That is 4 questions from the first 5, and then 6 from the remaining 8, and then this part is from this part. Yes. So that is it. So this is what I just want to highlight for you. So this is the first part, 4 from 5, and then 6 from 8, and then this 5 out of 5, and then times this. You do the multiplication and get what? 196. So you have 196 ways of doing that, of doing this selection. Please, if you have any comments, any questions, you can let me know so that we deal with that. Now let's continue and answer the question 2, which is a big problem to my people before they requested for the explanation. Now here we are. If no digit is repeated, now we have it that we are supposed to get, let me bring my pen out and write some points over here. So we have 0, these are the digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, sorry if I couldn't write well, 4, yeah, I think it's okay. If there are no repetitions, if you might not repeat any of these digits, it will form a number of ways since that are greater than what? 2000. So since the number must be greater than 2000, that is what I'm trying to say. The number must be greater than 2000, and I have these digits over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, to form from. The number must be greater than 3000. It means I can't choose 0 to be my first number. It means the number will not be equal to 3000 or greater than 18. Then I can also choose 1, because the highest 1 can go is 1190, 1999. That's the highest the 1 can go. But if I choose 2, I can start from 2000 to 2999, which is good. And then 3 and 4, they will all be greater than what? The 2000. So the first digit can only begin with what? 2, 3, or 4. And that's what I'm trying to say, because they will all be greater than what? 2000. Therefore, the first digit can be chosen in 3 ways. Yes, because we have 3 numbers, 3 digits here. I have 3 different ways of selecting the first number. Having chosen the first digit, there will be 4 digits remaining. So these are 5 digits over here, and I've chosen the first digit out. So it means there will be 4 more digits remaining. Now, how do I get the second digit? It means there will be 4 more ways of getting the second digit. Also, the second digit can be chosen in 4 ways. That is what I'm trying to say. So let me just highlight this part for you so that you see. This is the first digit in 3 ways, the second digit in 4 ways. So that's what we have here. Now, if I have chosen the second digit in 4 ways, having chosen the first and the second digit, there are 3 digits remaining. There are 3 digits remaining for me. So it means that to choose the third digit, I will choose it in 3 ways. The third digit can be chosen in 3 ways. Why? Because there are 3 digits remaining for me. It means I can choose the third digit in what? In 3 ways. Having chosen the second and third digit, there will be 2 digits remaining. That's what it means. So I've chosen the first digit, the second digit, and the third digit. I'll be left with 2 digits more that I have to choose the fourth digit from. So it means the fourth digit will be chosen in what? In 2 different ways. Therefore, the fourth digit can be chosen in 2 different ways. Please, if you don't understand this part, please repeat the video several times. You can play it slowly so that you get the understanding. So this is how we go. The fourth one is choosing what? 2 different ways. Well, let me align this one. So that's how we have. So also the number of ways of forming the 4-digit number is greater than 2000. Is going to be like this: 3 times 4 times 3 times 2. It means the first digit, which is 3, then the number of ways of choosing the first digit is 3, times the number of ways of choosing the second digit is 4, times the number of ways of choosing the third digit is 3, and then the 2 is what? The number of ways of choosing what? The fourth digit. So the 2 is the number of ways of choosing the fourth digit. For multiply, get 72. So these are the ways, the number of ways of forming 4-digit numbers out of this 5-digit given greater than 2000 is 72 ways. This is the answer. This is how you are supposed to do it. There might be a different way of answering this question, but I think this should be the easiest way for us. But if you have any comments, you can say let me know so that we still go through. And thank you for watching. That's this for me. That's for me. Thank you.